Okay, so we're back with another jazz tutorial. My name is Zach Heidi. I just previously did a tutorial on jazz voicings, which you can check out. I'll probably link it in the description box. And people really liked it, so I'm doing another one for you guys. So one I've got commonly requested is just a jazz basics. What we're going to talk about specifically is swung eighths and different ways of doing that. I've got a PDF in the description box. You can download it. It's totally free, and it'll help you with this lesson. Before I start, this is how I've been taught. Everybody has their own personal viewpoint of this. This is really for you to decide, and this is just me giving you some tools. There's two things that I like to focus on. The first is actually the rhythmic element of swing, and the second is the dynamic element, what you're accenting. So, the swing pattern, you can't really notate it. It's not locked into any specific rhythm. There's some people who argue, okay, well, it's a dotted quarter to an eighth, which sounds like 1 2 3 and 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 1 2 3. But not quite. That's a little too rigid. There's some people that are going to argue it's a triplet with the first two tied. That sounds like this: 1 2 and 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 1 2. Again, not quite. That actually might be a little too loose for the style. So what I was told is to practice with the idea that it's somewhere between those two, or it's somewhere between two rhythms. So what I would suggest is take some scales. Take the scales in the voicings lesson that I gave you. So that would be your major 7, right? That would be your dominant, and your minor 7. Remember what I'm doing in my left hand here? These are rootless voicings. Practice first those two rhythms specifically. So you practice 1 2 3 and 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 1 2, etc. and 1 2 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 and 1 2. Keep going back and forth those two with those two, and try and find something in between the two that you feel is right for you. And again, it's very subjective, so it's really your call. And I actually personally tend to do something between straight eighths and maybe that triplet pattern. So my sound is probably more around here. So that's my sound. Again, toy with that. Make sure you practice with the metronome too, because that's really, really important. It's going to come in handy later. The other thing that I'll really try and do to make my licks swing a little more is about where you accent. And I came from a classical background and was used to accenting 1s and 3s like in a marching band. So sound like this. Right? In jazz, it's the total opposite. You want to accent the offbeats, the 2s and the 4s, which sounds something like this. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So same deal. Practice through all the scales. Don't worry about the rhythm yet. Just practice the accents. Okay? You can even make it a 2-octave scale if you want to. Practice the rhythm separately, practice the accents separately, and then slowly, when you feel comfortable with both, put them together. Practice the two together, and you'll see what a difference it makes. Here's an example of them together. Practice the dominant. Sorry, my name's a little early. And then you would practice it through all the keys. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bore you guys. But practice that through all the keys is very important. I do a lot of things in C, but this will really help you if you practice through all the keys. So yeah, that's that. Let me know what you want to hear next. I've got a little voting thing on Facebook. Please go check it out in the description box because I'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks so much, guys. Take care. Have a